Hyperdimension Neptunia is a bizarre video game, even for bizarre video games. The combat is convoluted, the story is ridiculous, and the innuendo is overbearing. But unlike some other bizarre JRPGs, Hyperdimension Neptunia is aware of it. The game has a terrific sense of humor that has fun with its audience, its industry, and even itself.
Hello? Is anyone here? Can I walk around? Don't blame me if I start to collect rings floating by the ground.
Things get started with a battle between 4 goddesses, a war that's evidently been raging for several years. You play as the goddess Neptune, but in the middle of the battle, your fellow goddesses decide to team up and get rid of you. They're Blackheart, who watches over the industrial realm of Lastation, Whiteheart, who rules over the ivory realm of Lowee, and Greenheart, the voluptuous goddess of Leanbox. And obviously, these chicks don't like each other.
I won't let any of you selfish, icy bitches take the title of true goddess.
Hush now. Where did you learn such raucous manners? You think your demeanor is acceptable as a goddess?
Shut your hole! I can't stand the way you talk all high and mighty. Get out of here, Thunder Tits!
Now their names should ring a bell, and the fact that the 4 of them are fighting is a dead giveaway. Each goddess implicitly represents a real-life gaming console, the PS3, the Wii, and the Xbox 360. They've been carrying out their so-called console war for generations in the world of game industry. And to get some results, they team up against Neptune, who implicitly represents this game's Japanese distributor, Sega. You see that? Every time a console fails, there's a goddess somewhere who falls down dead. So Neptune wakes up in her non-goddess form on the mortal realm below, and she's given a quest that, as she deduces, will involve defeating the boss. And that's the thing I love about this game. The dialogue is genuinely funny, and it frequently makes fun of both video games and the nerds who love them, and who, as Neptune's friend says, passionately discuss the goddesses on blogs. Of course, there's a ton of dialogue to sort through, but the writing is at its best when Hyperdimension Neptunia is having fun with its audience. It's not quite as good when it's, well, when it's, uh-oh, trip over what?
This is way too tight. I am gonna snap. Can't breathe. Can't make more comments.
Listen, I love boobs as much as anyone, but the constant innuendo in Hyperdimension Neptunia, it gets a little old, especially when these anime girls look like 12-year-olds who just blossomed ahead of schedule. I mean, this is just uncomfortable. So in terms of its gameplay, it bounces back and forth between interesting and a little disappointing. The combat features a combo system that's just impossibly difficult to use thanks to its clunky menus, and walking through the game's mostly empty dungeons feels a bit stiff. Hey, listen, I'm just trying to keep up. Otherwise though, I mean, despite the really cool premise, this is basically a standard turn-based RPG. It's actually kind of ironic the game would be so aware of video game conventions in its writing, only to succumb to them in its gameplay. And despite all its unique story and dialogue, the game plays out like most other RPGs. But there's something to be said for its character. I mean, this game has a title that sounds like a B-side from a Voivod record, some smarts and self-aware dialogue, and a few moments of genuinely fantastic writing on top of an unremarkable RPG. But still, Hyperdimension Neptunia is a decent game that shows a lot of skin, but is at its best when it shows its smarts.